The kitchen's just fantastic. We're absolutely delighted with it. I mean, we've had the opportunity to really test and work it over the last couple of months, and it has exceeded our expectation. It works on all levels. In terms of the kids, they love sitting around this counter. It's easy for them to get around and access things. From my point of view, in terms of trying to entertain them and cook for them, it is just fantastic because we can do homework up here, I can cook away, they can sit down and eat. It is really easy to operate, it's easy to get about, it works on all levels, access from the ovens to the counter, to the sink, to the fridge, and back to the hob again. So it's just a delight to work with. Absolutely love all our appliances, and I'm so glad that we took the time to look into them and determine what we want, and I'm glad that we took the advice that we were given as well. We've got 2 main ovens and a steam oven, and at any one time all 3 can be in operation, and it is fantastic. And I remember the piece of advice that was given to me at the beginning, which is, you know, what's your biggest usage? Our biggest usage is Christmas Day. Work to that, and we had our first Christmas here this year, and it was just incredible. It was so easy to be able to cater for 14 people and not feel like it was any stress. To be able to have the 3 ovens, the 3 warming drawers, everything went pit-pat. There was no fighting for space, which has always been a dilemma in previous times. The Gaggenau appliances are absolutely fantastic. Even my husband is delighted with them, and they're easy to operate. They work as you want them to work. They cook to perfection as far as I'm concerned. Wine fridge, absolutely fantastic, down to the induction hob, and I'm so glad that we also had the opportunity to keep a gas ring. So we've got the opportunity to do wok cooking as well as doing just conventional cooking. So I have to say I'm delighted with all the appliances. The mechanical heat recovery system is fantastic. I was a bit dubious at the beginning because I wasn't used to seeing a kitchen without an extraction fan, and also concerned about it being able to extract to the level that a conventional extraction fan can. But it has been absolutely fantastic, from smells to condensation. I don't notice them anymore, and it's just been brilliant. It takes care of all of that. Well, Phil, my husband, wasn't involved in any of the conversations about the kitchen. Not that he didn't want to be, just time didn't allow. So really, this was a revelation to him. Any previous kitchens that we've had have been nothing to this level. And he absolutely loves it. It's like he loves coming down the drive, he loves coming home, and he loves coming down here, and he loves to cook here, which is great for me. It takes the pressure off me sometimes. So it's absolutely fantastic from somebody who didn't have any involvement in it at the beginning to appreciate all the strengths of it and to get involved with it and work with it and enjoy working with it. It's very difficult when you have a plan and a design of your kitchen without seeing it. So we were in a build process, so we had nothing to work with. All I had to work with initially was a design on paper. And it really was only in the construction of the house, and as it started to develop, where you start to see some blind spots that you didn't think about or take into account at the initial design stage. And it was just fantastic to be able to work with Helena and to work with Pete to look at areas and to see what we could put in and how we could make them work. So from that, we were able to get some fantastic shelving and create a bespoke wine rack. And without those, I think these areas would have looked very, very blank. So it was just fantastic to be able to have the help and input on that. I don't know where the colour came from or how it came about, but it was there from a very, very early stage. And because we are a north-facing kitchen, the main concern is that we weren't going to have enough daylight or sunlight coming into the kitchen. And that kind of led us down to the path of having a very white kitchen. So it was a question then of how to add some interest and colour, because I didn't want it to look like a doctor's or dental surgery. And pink just seemed the obvious answer. And I always had it in my mind that I wanted a pink velvet sofa. And that's where the extension of colour came from. And it was about trying to give it a burst of colour and make it a bit of fun, and also to make it warmly and wholesome. So that's where the colour came about.